In collections care for historical pharmaceuticals, you might walk into a room and smell something funny. And that's possibly because you have ancient medications that are emitting through holes in the original coverings, and or the cork itself has been broken and emissions that come through, possibly because a metal screw cap is no longer properly sealed. And those are hazardous to people working in the area, and also accumulation of that makes a very safety hazard. So we have come up with a plan to solve that. We've used hot glue, which is an inert material which flexes with the environmental changes and can easily be removed. So in all instances, it's perfectly safe to be used. And we are using just plain regular hot glue sticks, and you can get anywhere. This is the general purpose glue, and we've read up on the various conservation sites, and it has been approved for use in collections care. In this case, we'll work on this model, which has the original wax seal, but it has some breaking on the top. With, as you can smell near it, there's some emissions. So we will seal it lightly with hot glue. And then let that sit a while before you check it. It may shrink a bit in its drying time. In this case, of course, we're only going to seal bottles with contents. So if it's an empty bottle with a broken top, we're not going to deal with them. This one here has a small residue of a powder in it, and as you can see, the cork is completely broken off, but there is a corner that is completely empty of cork. So any potential residue or hazards can emit from that. So we again completely cover the join between the cork and the glass. And across the top to make a complete seal. Making sure the glass is connected. We also have the completely broken cork, so we will also do a complete seal to making sure that corner where it is broken with no cork. We can, with a void, we will clean that up. When corks were used for closures, you used a corkscrew to open them. So many products in the corks will have old holes. And so we want to make sure that they are sealed too. There we go. So that is now ready for storage. So also in the collection, you might have some issues with corked sealed bottles. In this case, over the time when it was used for display, the cork itself was attached with monofilament to keep the cork because it had been broken in half. So we are now going to reseal it, joining it together, and we can remove the monofilament. Get a rough approximation of where it should go. Stick it down firmly, and then continue with adding hot glue between the cork and the glass. Here we go. So that will be sealed. Okay. Now it's in better condition and safe. When you have a glass bottle with a metal screw cap, sometimes the cap is not secure. Over the time, many screw caps have solidified the contents and it's very tightly sealed with the dried contents. If you can touch it and it slightly moves, then you know you need to seal it because it could potentially leak the product and or emit some emissions that would be hazardous. We'll do the same thing with the hot glue. This time we'll be sure to put the hot glue seal between the metal cap and the glass bottle and sealing it all the way. Okay, making sure everything's sealed, that's for sure. Okay, there we have it.